Welcome back to Capital Clarity, your go-to channel for financial wisdom made simple. Today, we're diving into 7 powerful money lessons that wealthy families pass on to their children. Lessons you probably never learned in school or at home. These aren't secrets, they're strategies. Think about it. The traditional education system barely touches on personal finance, let alone the wealth-building principles that rich families consider common sense. We're going to break down each one, look at why they matter, and most importantly, how you can start implementing them in your own life today. Let's get started. The first, and arguably most important lesson rich kids learn is that money buys freedom, not just stuff. They're taught from a young age that the real power of money isn't in flashy cars or designer handbags. It's about the freedom to choose. It's about the freedom to walk away from a job you hate, to travel the world, to pursue your passions without constantly worrying about the bills. It's about buying back your most valuable asset, your time. Wealthy families instill in their kids that saving and investing isn't about being cheap. It's about buying back their freedom later on. They're taught to delay gratification, to invest in their future selves, and to prioritize experiences over material possessions. It's not about how much you can spend, but how much you can afford not to spend. Now, let's talk about another fundamental principle wealthy parents instill in their kids: assets over income. Rich families hammer this home early. It's not about how much money you earn, it's about what you own. They teach their kids to focus on acquiring assets, things that put money in their pockets. Think about it. Stocks that pay dividends, rental properties that generate passive income, or businesses that grow in value over time. These assets work for them, even while they sleep. On the other hand, many people are taught to prioritize a high income, climbing the corporate ladder, chasing bigger paychecks. But here's the catch. A job can disappear overnight. So how do you start building assets? It's all about shifting your mindset from earning to owning. Let's be real. We live in a world of instant gratification. Buy now, pay later. Upgrade your phone every year. But wealthy families teach their kids to resist that urge, to play the long game. They understand that delaying gratification is one of the most underrated success habits out there. Rich kids are taught, just because you can afford something now doesn't mean you should buy it. They learn to prioritize saving and investing first, and spending later. So, next time you're about to make an impulse purchase, ask yourself, is this going to help me reach my financial goals? Now, this one's huge. Rich parents don't shy away from talking about money with their kids. They actually encourage them to understand it. They demystify finance, making it a normal part of everyday conversations. From a young age, they introduce their kids to concepts like investing, compound interest, taxes, and even business models. They take them to business meetings, involve them in financial decisions, and teach them how to manage their own money. They're not just handed a trust fund and told to figure it out. They're given the tools and knowledge to grow that wealth. The more you learn, the more confident and in control of your financial future you'll become. Leverage is the secret sauce. Here's a game changer that wealthy families understand: leverage. They teach their kids how to use other people's time, money, and resources to create more value than they could on their own. Think about it. They start businesses, hire talented people, use technology and software to automate tasks, and invest in real estate using mortgages. They understand that time is their most valuable asset, and they leverage it ruthlessly. So, how can you apply this in your own life? Start by identifying tasks you can delegate or outsource. Look for opportunities to collaborate with others and leverage their skills and networks. Failure is a lesson, not a death sentence. Now here's a refreshing perspective. Rich kids aren't shielded from failure. They're practically encouraged to fail fast and learn from their mistakes. They're taught that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone to it. They're encouraged to take calculated risks, to try new things, and to view setbacks as learning opportunities. While others are taught to fear mistakes, they embrace them as feedback, as valuable data points on their journey to success. This doesn't mean they're reckless, but they're not paralyzed by the fear of failure either. So, embrace the bumps in the road. Remember, every failure is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and come back stronger. Build multiple streams of income. Finally, let's talk about the importance of diversification, specifically when it comes to income. Rich families understand that relying on a single source of income is risky. They teach their kids to create multiple streams of income to build true financial security. This could include investments that generate passive income, side hustles, online businesses, royalties from books or intellectual property. The possibilities are endless. Why is this so important? Because wealth is fragile if it depends on one paycheck. But with multiple income streams, you gain control. So start exploring different income-generating opportunities. The truth is, you don't need to be born into wealth to learn these lessons. You just need to be willing to unlearn what you thought you knew about money and adopt a new, more empowered mindset. These 7 money lessons are a blueprint for building a solid financial foundation, regardless of your background. Start implementing them today, one step at a time, and watch as you make significant strides toward achieving your financial goals. If you found value in this video, subscribe to Capital Clarity for more financial wisdom.